Whether you're new to the DIY lawn space or you've been around for a while, you've likely heard people talking about Tenacity herbicide. Now, mesotrione, which is the compound used in Tenacity herbicide, has been around for several years. It was first marketed by Syngenta in 2001 as Tenacity. Now, a quick search through YouTube is going to show you the popularity Tenacity herbicide has in the lawn care marketplace. Now, I used to use Tenacity herbicide as a regular broadleaf weed control for my lawn for a few years, but then I discovered that there are better herbicides available on the market to control weed pressure in the lawn. Now, that said, I'm not a big fan of Tenacity herbicide, and I'm probably going to take a lot of flack for that, judging by comments I've received on a prior video.
What?
But I'm here to tell you why it's not my favorite herbicide, so stay tuned. Tenacity is a Group 27 selective systemic herbicide that features a mode of action for both pre-emergent and post-emergent broadleaf weed control in several various turfgrass species. The active ingredient in Tenacity is mesotrione, which is a naturally occurring compound produced by the bottlebrush plant, which inhibits photosynthesis in targeted weeds, which causes them to whiten and die, which can give it that classic bleach look that you may hear about when using Tenacity. Now, this product can be applied on established turf, or it can be used at the time of planting new seed prior to germination. Now, Tenacity can be used on a majority of cool season grasses with the exception of fine fescues. If you look at the label, you can see that you can use Tenacity if your seed blend or your lawn is less than 20% fine fescue. Now, this product is not recommended for those of you with warm season grass types like zoysia or Bermuda grass, among a few other less common warm season varieties. Make sure you're reading those labels to figure out if this herbicide is right for your lawn or turf type before applying it. Now, if you're unfamiliar with turf grass types or what type of grass you have in your lawn, especially if you live in the northern part of the United States, check out the video in the corner above where I go over cool season grass types, and you may determine what kinds you have in your own lawn. So why is Tenacity so popular? Now, I did a quick review of the Syngenta website for Tenacity, and you can see the great feedback that they've received from various lawn care professionals and users of this product over the years. Now, the vast majority of users, based on this data, love this herbicide and have had great results with it. Now, I question, why are the results so great? I'd say it's due to the versatility of being able to use this herbicide for both the pre- and post-emergent uses in the lawn. Interestingly enough, straight from the Tenacity label, it warns you, unless you're renovating or reseeding a lawn, avoid broadcast applications of Tenacity for pre- and post-emergence weed control. Now, this is a great option if you want to limit weeds when you're seeding a new lawn or overseeding an existing lawn. The label states that Tenacity will control up to 40 plus broadleaf and grass species. I've personally used this when seeding and noticed that it does help prevent some weeds from germinating during the seeding process. Now, is it perfect? Absolutely not. Nothing is. But you're still going to notice some weeds pop up, but when they do, they should whiten and die off due to the Tenacity's mode of action by prohibiting that photosynthesis in the targeted weed. Now, I do have a few issues with Tenacity from my own personal experience with the product. Probably the biggest issue I have is I do not like the bleach look that it puts on the lawn. Now, in the past, when I applied at the recommended rate and temp requirements according to the label, I've had bleach tips on my good grass blades and bleached weeds. Now, if you value the appearance of your lawn and you want to avoid bleaching, I would avoid using Tenacity herbicide unless you're trying to use it when you're seeding or overseeding your lawn. Now, there are many other broadleaf herbicides on the market today that are going to give you great results for broadleaf weed control without the unsightly bleaching that Tenacity has. Now, typically I've had the bleaching last for up to 3 to 4 weeks, and after that it will typically grow up and you can mow it off after that time. Now, my other issue is people, I think, misunderstand the product. They'll see that it has pre-emergent capabilities, and in the lawn forums that I've seen online and on Facebook, and even people that have commented back to me on this channel, people try to use this product as a pre-emergent. Now, if you read the label carefully and do some research on this, the pre-emergent capabilities in Tenacity herbicide only last for about 30 days. So this makes it ideal for seeding to get that grass germinated and growing, but it's not ideal for those of you who are trying to use this as a pre-emergent product in place of prodiamine or dithiopyr. Now, if you have more questions or want to learn more about pre-emergence and a good pre-emergent plan, check out the link in the corner above to learn more about that. Now, my third issue with Tenacity is that I have had to make multiple applications in the past to try to target the weeds that I'm killing. Now, this is kind of a waste of time and money to me, having to put down a product that just bleaches out the weeds, makes the lawn look white for 3 or 4 weeks, and then the weeds come back with a vengeance and it doesn't really kill it off. Now, what this did for me was just keep a constant bleach look on my lawn, which I personally don't like that look. I've had some of you tell me you love it and you know that it's working, but you don't have to have the bleach look on your lawn to know that a herbicide is working. So I've found much better options on the market that I've been using since using Tenacity herbicide, and honestly, I don't even use it at seeding time anymore, just because my lawn is established, and when I overseed, all the grass that's in the lawn now seems to choke out any weeds that come up. Now, that said, I think Tenacity is a great option if you're seeding from bare dirt and you're trying to get grass established to keep those weeds out of the lawn and keep it from choking out those good grass seeds when they germinate. Now, depending on the weeds that you're targeting, in my own opinion, if you're not seeding the lawn, there are much better options available on the market for broadleaf weed control. Now, I've used several, but one of my go-to favorite all-around broadleaf herbicides that I use on my lawn is called Triad Select Herbicide. I'll link it below if you want to learn more about it. It's a mixture of 2,4-D, MCPA, and dicamba, and has given me a great all-around broadleaf weed control in my tall fescue lawn in the past. Now, don't get me wrong, Tenacity still has its place in lawn care, especially if you use it at the time of seeding or overseeding if you're looking to limit the germination of new weeds that are going to germinate and choke out your new grass. Now, that said, when I overseed, I typically don't have an issue in my lawn because it's well established now, and the current density of the turf does a great job of preventing new weeds from popping up when I overseed. So if you are using Tenacity herbicide or you're looking into using it, I would first recommend that you find out what weeds you're targeting, research various herbicides that are labeled to kill those weeds, and outside of using this at seeding, I think there are much better options on the market. Now, if you're looking for a great resource to research weeds and herbicides that are best for weed types, check out the Purdue Turf Manual that I've linked below. It's $20. It has a great information. It's for turfgrass professionals, but anybody can buy it. I've got this manual and I've learned a lot from it over the last several years in relation to weeds, lawn care, and herbicides. Great resource. Check it out in the description below if you're interested. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button to help out with the YouTube algorithm, and drop a comment below if you've ever used Tenacity herbicide or if you plan on using it in the future. Also, consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss out on future content that I post. I appreciate you watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time out in the lawn.